And we are officially live. Live we are, once again, back like I haven't went anywhere. Welcome to the new episode of Bumps and Bruises. That was a cool little voice to kick us off with. But no, happy to be right back. As always, just wanted to pull up a chair, but then now we get to talk a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of Bumps and Bruises. But with that being said, let's kick it right off with a little bit of Summerslam recap. So for those that didn't watch, I thought overall, though, I thought it was a great SummerSlam. I know some people complained about the Danhausen Human Money's on a pole match, but you know what? I thought that was a very entertaining match. I don't care whoever let Vince Russo into the writer's room. I thought the Human Money's on a pole match was fun, and damn it, sometimes everything in wrestling just doesn't have to be so serious. Sometimes you can just have some fucking fun, and I think anything that Danhausen says or does is just a ton of fun. But I thought the Human Money's on a pole match was great. I thought Liv Morgan and Io Sky stole night one. Bravo to those women. Liv Morgan, one of the best matches of her career. Io Sky could wrestle blindfolded, but I thought neither one of them carried the other one. I thought that was just an immaculate match. Great storytelling throughout the match as well. I thought Liv Morgan was one of the highlights of the weekend for sure. We can tip our hats and wave kudos to the great Brock Lesnar, a.k.a. Bork Laser, who is now officially retired after putting over Obafemi, making him look like God himself. Couldn't beat Obafemi. I mean, what was it? 9 F5s, a tombstone on the wood. They barely used the cell. That was my only complaint with the match. I mean, there was literally only one bump involved in the cage. It was when Oba did the Irish whip and sent Bork right through the fucking table into the cell. That was literally the only cell spot of the match, unless I missed something, which I don't think I did. But I thought night one, though, had a lot of great stuff. Obviously, night two, you had Chad Gable winning the Intercontinental title. I thought that match with Penta was amazing. I thought, obviously, the Human Money's on a pole match I thought was really fun. Once again, I think the women across the whole weekend killed it. It really is unfortunate, though, which we do got to say get well soon and wish a speedy recovery to the great Brie Bella. She, sucks so bad seeing Nikki come back, and then immediately Brie has to hit the sideline. It's almost like they said, it's almost like Danhausen cursed him, but he would never curse the Bella clones. But no, get well soon, Brie Bella. Obviously, always love having the Bella Army back. Plus, we got Nikki currently feuding with Paige, which I think that's got a lot of great potential to it as well. Hopefully, they start letting them air their vignettes on Smackdown so I don't have to wait to see them on Twitter. But no, once again, I think they killed it all weekend. Roman and Seth. Roman Reigns finally getting that W. I really did think The Rock was potentially going to come out, but I'm not upset that he didn't. Obviously, he's getting ready to go shoot Fast 27 or whatever they're on now. But shout out to that. SummerSlam I thought was really great overall. We're gearing up for Sunday night's main event coming to Atlanta, Georgia. Kicking off here soon in September. We already got Obafemi and Braun Breaker on that card fighting for who's the future of WWE. Like I said, unless Braun Breaker personally runs over Obafemi with an SUV, I don't think Obafemi's going to lose that match. So I'm going to throw that early prediction out and say that Oba is going to get the dub there. Looking really forward, though, to seeing how the card continues to shape up for Saturday night's main event. I'll be outside next week for Raw and SmackDown. That's right, you heard it. Raw and SmackDown coming to the Rocket Arena, 30 minutes away from me in the great downtown city of the city that I love most, Cleveland. Looking really forward to that show next week, though. I know, obviously, the Raw's being taped ahead for the previous Monday to give off the talent for Labor Day. But no, looking really, really forward to that Raw and SmackDown next week. Me and Wifey will be outside. So if you're at the Rocket Arena, you just might see the ultimate sensei, Mr. El Tucurtente. Looking really forward to it, though. I've been my first show since, I want to say, since I went to the TNA pay-per-view back in March. And then I went to an AEW Dynamite last summer. And then I went to a Raw, not this previous January, but the year before. So this will be my first time in a WWE event since then, and I'm looking really forward to it. I'm going to be wearing my Danhausen shirt. You can already count on it. Check it twice on another fucking Tuesday. But no, I thought overall that was great. We got the Roman Reigns Luchador tournament, which right now looks like it's going to be a layup for Penta versus Roman. But before that, they got to get the Penta versus his own brother, Rey Fenix. So I think that could be something really cool. Glad to see Penta get that opportunity, too. I think that pop that he gets in Mexico City when he does go on to face Roman Reigns is going to be an astronomical, phenomenal pop. I think that it's going to blow the goddamn roof off the building. And then, of course, you always got your people holding their ones up. We got a Smackdown main event tonight. We got Kevin Owens in his hometown of Toronto, Canada, home of the Maple Leafs, facing the best in the world, Mr. Pepsi Phil Cola Man Punk, for the WWE Championship. And quite honestly, I do want to say that I think CM Punk is going to win. However, though, with it being in Toronto and that red hot crowd pop that Kevin Owens could easily get there tonight, I don't know. All I'm going to say is I'm a big Punk fan. But I ain't mad if they put the belt on KO. I was so glad to call back the SummerSlam when he was the second surprise opponent in the Fatal 4-Way match with Gunther, Sami Zayn, and Finn Balor. I thought that was beautifully done, and ever since then, he's been knocking it out of the park with the promo exchanges with Punk. So I'm looking really forward to seeing what Kevin Owens does tonight against CM Punk. Going to be a banger main event. We finally get the in-ring debut of the great Blake Monroe versus Julia. I'm pulling for Blake Monroe big time. I hope she puts Julia 12 feet deep in the dirt. I'm rolling for Blake Monroe. Once again, I hope we get to see a Nikki or Paige segment of some kind live on the air tonight. Looking really forward to that as well. As you can tell, I'm going to be playing catch-up with SmackDown. But who knows, I might be able to get all caught up. But looking really forward to the SmackDown tonight. Think it's going to be a banger. And now to talk about two people that look like they're going to be on to greener pastures, unfortunately. Well, one of them, unfortunate for me. The one that I find to be very unfortunate that just couldn't come to terms with looks like a new deal to my guess, or maybe they tried to give her a pay cut and she said, that doesn't work for me, sister. That girl would be Bayley. Looks like, unfortunately, we will see her. Well, maybe let me less lightly use unfortunately, because if Bayley does, and if you ask me when ultimately, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, Davida Rose shows up in AEW and reunites with her best friend Mercedes Moné for some kind of a run, whether that be a one-on-one or together, or however they end up doing it. I root for nothing but success when it comes to Bayley. If her time in WWE is done, I completely understand it, because first off, fuck you for trying to give her a pay cut when she's arguably one of the best, if not the best, on the roster, can work with damn near anybody, can get anything over. I think it's an injustice, and I think it's criminal to just let a woman like that walk into another company. But again, when she lands in AEW, I fully understand, and I'm rooting for nothing but success for her. Now, somebody else that I think is AEW bound, that, well, some people feel like he's been booked like shit, quite frankly, this entire calendar year. That gentleman's name is the one that just officially got, I don't want to say released, but they are not renewing his contract. They could not come to terms on it, and that is Ilja Dragunov. Now, this is where I'm going to upset some people, most likely, so I'm just going to preface it with that. Ilja Dragunov was released or let go by WWE, and I understand that, because there's a word that people throw around a lot. They always go, oh, the wrestling business, and they forget all about the second word that just left their mouths. The wrestling business. Now, this is where I got to be mean. I like Ilja Dragunov's in-ring work. Phenomenal. Sky's the limit. Crazy athletic. More athleticism in that man's body than I could even fathom and or dream of. But he can't sell a t-shirt. He can't sell a hat. He can't sell a hoodie. He's not a draw. There is not one soul that has went to a Raw or SmackDown or an NXT show this year, whether it be live, dark, taped, whatever, that said, you know why I spent my hard-earned money to walk in this building tonight? Just so I could see Ilja Dragunov. And if you do say you said that, you, my friend, are lying. At the beginning of the year, when he was in the Royal Rumble, he went to go do that spot with Brock Lesnar. And Brock Lesnar no-sold the shit out of his chops. It was at that very moment, I remember thinking, oh, wow, they really got nothing left for that guy, huh? And we haven't seen him on TV since. Fact of the matter is, in a multi-billion dollar company, when you got TKO, you got, like Paul Heyman mentioned, you got your shareholders. If he doesn't put asses in seats and sell the t-shirts up there, then anything he does in that squared circle means fucking nothing. Now that sucks. I know. That's where I'm an asshole. But he's this, he's that, and he can do all the flippy doos. That's great. He can't generate human monies, which then goes into my next point. I got the internet riled up. We went viral. All because I said Tuesday morning, because I was running a little hot about Raw, and I did go on to apologize. So let me correct that as we go. But I said, so let me get this straight. We can't get Danhausen or Joe Henry on air segments, but we can go over here and get Ray Phoenix versus El Fiscal in a 15-minute match, which then just doing acrobats, which don't get me wrong. I love AAA. I love The Undertaker. I love everything that he's been doing with AAA. I love watching AAA on Saturday nights. I love Lucha Libre. I respect the culture and the art that is Lucha Libre. But at some point, Ray Phoenix and El Fiscal, if you ask me, I just wanted to get a short Danhausen segment. I wasn't saying cut their match. I wasn't saying anything like that. But it goes right back to what I was saying with the Ilja Dragunov stuff. By the way, I appreciate the love. But like with the Ilja Dragunov stuff, I love the guy, incredible worker, incredible talent. But again, he's just not moving a needle. I don't consider him a draw. I don't consider Ray Phoenix and El Fiscal on a Monday Night Raw to be a draw. I find that to be a fucking piss break match or a cig break or, oh shit, I gotta go roll another blunt so I can get ready for what comes on after this. Just my opinion. But again, I referred to him originally in the tweet as some guy from AAA as referring to El Fiscal. That was incredibly disrespectful on my part, and he did not deserve that. Waiting for my other phone to charge so I can watch Smackdown. True that. In fact, after this, I'm going to go pick up my brews and my cigs, and I'm going to head straight to my other, because I am two-home tuker. So I'm going to leave the home studio. I'm going to go to Del Casa de Ultimate Sensei, and hopefully looking excited to see what's going on with Smackdown. We're definitely going to end up getting the Lucha Bros, I do believe, at some point, especially with them trying to revamp the tag division. It would be stupid if they didn't put them back together. In fact, I think that would work wonders for Ray Phoenix being able to pair back with Penta. Now, Penta versus Phoenix is about to happen real soon. The Luchador tournament, where the winner gets to face Roman Reigns in the Raw in Mexico, that's going to be Penta versus Phoenix. That's going to be a banger, but Cero Miedo! I do firmly believe that Penta's easily got that one in the bag. But looking really forward to where they go with that. Thank you for the love. I appreciate the like. If you're watching this live or watching this afterwards, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that follow, all that good shit. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, at TUKELENKKU. That's where you can find El Tuker Tente, your ultimate motherfucking sensei. Always chatting it up every day on those. And looking forward to seeing and getting those follows from y'all and being able to communicate with y'all on there more. Especially you, Mr. 314. I would love to talk to you more than just on YouTube. So if you could reach out to me on either it be Facebook, Twitter, wherever you want to find me on, bro, I would love to be able to chat it up and DM with you and have some fun. Actually, I'm going to say it. Lucha Bros are at top of my 10 favorite tag teams of all time. Well, it's funny that you say that. I think they've put on one of the best tag team matches of all time when it was the Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks in that steel cage match. And I want to say it was AEW, maybe All Out, maybe Full Gear, maybe. But I thought that steel cage match, that was hands down the greatest tag team steel cage match I've ever fucking seen. But looking really forward to that. And yeah, you know, I put them up there probably somewhere around that top 10 as well. Discord got, once again, I might start my own, I'm barely at 300. I feel you. Building the Discord up can be tough. So hit me up on IG. I'm going to drop it right here. Looking forward to talking some wrestling with you more, brother. And thank you to everybody who's tuned into this show. Oh, sorry, I spelled my own shit wrong. Look at that. Way to promote myself, huh? I'm good at this shit. But hit me up over on IG, Mr. 314. That goes for anybody else as well. You can hit me up on any of them. But with that being said, though, it's Mr. Keep the Love High and the Hate Low. Mr. Wake Up with a Smile on. Mr. Remind yourselves of 3 things you're grateful for. AKA, give it a big cheers, a big prost. I love y'all to death. Wake up with a smile on. Big cheers, big prost. Peace.